National parks are some of the most exciting outdoor spaces in the U.S. Unfortunately, in the excitement, tragedy is bound to strike. Across the U.S., over 1,000 travelers have gone missing since 2016, and the National Park Service has a running database of cold cases for those who have yet to be found. The most dangerous national parks in the U.S., including Yosemite National Park and Grand Canyon National Park, are particularly prone to fatal accidents and eerie disappearances. Whether testing themselves on one of the hardest day hikes in the U.S. or simply going solo on an easy trail in treacherous conditions, there are nearly endless reasons people go missing in national parks. As tragic as these disappearances are, there's a lot that can be learned from these experiences. Here are several of the biggest disappearances in U.S. national parks throughout the years, and some tips for future travelers about how to avoid the same fate. Number 7. Glen and Bessie Hyde. One of the original national park mysteries, the disappearance of newlyweds Glen and Bessie Hyde on the Colorado River in Grand Canyon National Park, has spawned many a conspiracy theory. As one of the most affordable vacation spots in Arizona, the Grand Canyon seemed the perfect place for the adventurous Hyde couple to spend their honeymoon. Bessie would be the first woman to run the Colorado River with her new husband at her side. Instead, all that made it to the end of the run was their boat, left upright and full of supplies. Bessie's diary was still aboard, noting they had made it to Diamond Creek. Number 6. Paula Jean Welden. At just 18 years old, Paula Jean Welden would set out for a hike in Vermont's Green Mountain National Forest that would forever change the investigative system in the state. Welden told friends she was going on a hike and was seen on the long trail near Glastonbury Mountain. She never returned home, and her roommate reported her missing the next day. A disorganized and patchy search attempt was made, but Welden was never found. The poor search and rescue operation, however, inspired Vermont to create the Vermont State Police to handle investigations in the future. Number 5. Egbert Rimkus and family. When Egbert Rimkus entered Death Valley National Park with his girlfriend and 2 kids in July 1996, he certainly did not intend to become one of the most famous national park disappearances in the U.S. Having flown from Germany to Seattle before making their way to Southern California, the family was enjoying their time exploring the states. The 4 were out camping in the park with their rented van when they suddenly dropped off the map. They were reported missing by Rimkus's ex-wife when they didn't return at the end of the month, and the rental company amplified the alarms that something had gone wrong. The van was found abandoned with 3 flat tires in October, but no other evidence of the family was found. Number 4. Michael Ficery. Yosemite National Park is one of the U.S. national parks that sees the most accidents, and the number of missing backcountry hikers in the NPS database suggests that the park has definitely earned that distinction. Michael Ficery learned this lesson the hard way when he disappeared while hiking near Hetch Hetchy Reservoir in Yosemite National Park. Ficery was an experienced hiker and had even had a close call in Yosemite before, having broken his ankle near Hetch Hetchy Reservoir and being forced to crawl to safety. In 2005, Ficery was reported missing after his wilderness permit expired, and a massive search began. Ficery's backpack was found on the Till Mountain Trail, but search and rescue responders noticed that his water and camera were missing. After a week in one of the most expensive search and rescue operations in the park's history, the hunt was called off, with nothing but a backpack to bring home. Number 3. Floyd E. Roberts III. Unlike many of the most famous national park disappearances, Floyd E. Roberts III did not set out on a solo adventure. Traveling with a group, the Bay Area man seemed well prepared for a backpacking adventure around Grand Canyon National Park. Roberts, an experienced outdoorsman who had visited the park before, disappeared from the group in one of the far corners of Grand Canyon National Park. Group members reported that they split up because Roberts wanted to take a different route around a hill before the trailhead. At the time, much of the Southwest was under extreme heat advisories, with the Grand Canyon recording temperatures near 120 degrees that week. Roberts was never seen again after heading off solo on his selected trail. Number 2. Jonghyun Won. In September 2017, Jonghyun Won parked his car at the south rim of the ever-popular Grand Canyon National Park. Won's car was abandoned near several trailheads, leading many to assume that he was preparing to explore one of the many nearby beginner hikes in Grand Canyon National Park. After realizing the car had sat overnight, a search ensued, but no trace of Won was ever found. Number 1. James Pruitt. One of the most recent unsolved national park disappearances, James Pruitt went into Rocky Mountain National Park in February 2019 and never came out. His car was found at the Glacier Gorge trailhead by rangers, who flagged it for not having an overnight wilderness permit. After contacting his family, rangers realized that James Pruitt was missing in the Rocky Mountain wilderness. Intensive search efforts were launched over the next week, but no evidence of what happened to Pruitt ever materialized. So, we have shared with you top 7 biggest national park disappearances. Hope they will be useful to you. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.